see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Senior Awards Night 2021. To the students, parents, and family members watching tonight, thank you for your continued support of our school, our communities, and most importantly, our students. The class of 2021 had to endure spending the last 15 months of their high school career dealing with the unknown. Hopefully, as we reflect on those 15 months and COVID-19 and everything it has taken from us, we'll also recognize that it's proven that we are strong and not even a global pandemic can stop you from achieving your goals. This evening, members of the class of 2021 will be recognized by a variety of community and school-based organizations. These students have made us all proud over the last 4 years. I'm especially proud of how they've represented their school, their community, their families, and themselves. Seniors and those who have supported the seniors, remember this journey. I'm sure there were struggles along the way, no more than the last 15 months, but you persevered. Legendary basketball player Michael Jordan said, "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, or go through it, or work around it." You've all done exactly that over the past year. That's why you're being honored tonight. That's why you'll find success in your future endeavors. As you leave Cedar Creek and enter the unknown, it's a world that right now includes conflict. Remember as you enter that world that we improve our diverse communities by listening, by sharing, by being inclusive, and by being empathetic. I leave you advice that's been in a quote that's looked over you for the last 4 years in our cafeteria. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. At this time, please sit back, relax, and enjoy Cedar Creek High School Class of 2021 Senior Awards Night. It is my pleasure to introduce Assistant Principal and Director of Athletics, Mrs. Karen Cavalieri.
Thank you, Mr. Parker. It is now my pleasure to introduce our Educator of the Year, Mr. John Steffen, who teaches both English and drama here at Cedar Creek, along with our Ed Services Professional of the Year, Ms. Paula Landano, who is one of our guidance counselors.
Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the one who will decide where to go.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. Tonight, we are here to honor you for your accomplishments not over the past year, but for the entire impact you've left behind here during your time at Cedar Creek. As educators, we are privileged to work with extraordinary individuals, each with their own unique story, and although this has definitely been a unique year, it should not and cannot overshadow all that you've accomplished throughout your journey.
When we were brainstorming how to approach this opportunity to speak to all of you tonight, we realized we should frame our speech around Dr. Seuss's All the Places You'll Go. Yes, it's a cliche graduation-themed concept. However, having produced Seussical the Musical amidst this pandemic, it really was art imitating life. The book addresses how we have so many decisions to make as we approach new milestones in our lives. The book also addresses some of the tougher times of a journey through life, and certainly this year posed some struggles for all of us. Through these tough times, the question of what and how you will make of those tough times comes into play. The book looks at choosing to get out of such slumps, but how exactly do we get out of these slumps, and what is the right decision to make when choosing to do so?
Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest, except when you don't. Because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly, it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. Over the past year and a half, circumstances were not normal. The way the world has been is different from the way we always knew. It wasn't typical, and as the ways of things ground to a halt, we were forced to adjust to circumstances beyond our control. It was difficult, but it presented a unique opportunity for us to self-reflect and reconnect with ourselves, to finally address the things that we have been putting off for so long, both the good and the bad, and to reassess our priorities and goals in life, both long and short term. Remember all of the things that got you to this very moment: hard work, perseverance. Remember the bad times, remember the good times, the great friends and moments you've shared along the journey of your lives. Regardless of the circumstances of this past year or even the past several years, you have set a goal and you have achieved it, overcoming tremendous obstacles. Celebrate the moment. Do not lose the value of your accomplishment. This is just the foundation for the future of your life, and where you go from here is completely up to you. Seize a hold of the opportunities that come your way, take risks, and both discover and embrace yourself for who you are and define your story. Today you are you. That is truer than true. There was no one alive who was youer than you.
But on you will go, though the weather be foul. On you will go, though your enemies prowl. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. And will you succeed? Yes, you will. Indeed, 98.75% guaranteed. But does the weather have to be foul? Don't allow the fear of what if to ruin the joy of what is. Learn to live in the now. Find the joy in the now and choose to focus on what is going right. Your emotions are a gauge, and they will help you to find your path and be on your journey, not anyone else's. Start each day with inspired action and follow your bliss.
Congratulations again, and remember that this is not the end. It's only the beginning.
The beginning of a new adventure, a new chapter, and wherever it may lead, don't ever lose sight of the fact that
you are the one who will decide where you go.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Exodactylis, and I'm the Supervisor of Guidance at Cedar Creek. Tonight I will be joined by Academic Supervisors Mr. Manning and Mrs. Slingerland as we present the community-based awards and scholarships to our students who applied for and met the criteria for their respective awards. Our first award tonight is the D. Edwin Hersey Scholarship, presented on behalf of the Atlantic County Association of School Administrators in the amount of $2,000. This scholarship is given to a student who demonstrates academic effort, commitment, and service to school and community. This year's award goes to Genevieve Alicia. Our next award tonight is the Performing Arts and Education Scholarship, also presented on behalf of the Atlantic County Association of School Administrators in the amount of $1,000. This scholarship is given to a student who demonstrates academic excellence, commitment, and service to school and community, and plans to major in performing arts or education. This year's award goes to Isaiah Hymans. The next award is presented on behalf of Mitch Mitchlick of the American Legion Post 158, and it is a character award. A certificate and medal will be given to a student based on the characteristics of courage, leadership, and service. This year, 2 students are being awarded this honor. This year's first award goes to Jeslyn Cross. And this year's second award goes to Kyrie Tinsley. The next award is new to Cedar Creek and is presented on behalf of the Vanderheiden family. The Aspiring Writer Scholarship is a $1,000 award presented to a student who has a passion for writing and plans to enroll in college. This year's recipient is Gabrielle Santos Suoso. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Tom Grassi, Business Administrator for the Greater Egg Harbor Regional School District, to present the Dr. Adam Pfeffer Memorial Scholarship.
Dr. Adam C. Pfeffer was the superintendent of the Greater Egg Harbor Regional High School District from 1995 through 2010 and led the district through its enrollment growth during that period. The culmination of his efforts was the opening of Cedar Creek High School, whose Performing Arts Center is named in his memory. As a former shop teacher, Dr. Pfeffer had a soft spot for those children who weren't always the best students, but had the desire to better themselves any way they could. They reminded him of himself. Dr. Adam C. Pfeffer Memorial Scholarship was created to help those students move on to college or trade school so they may have all the opportunities possible to become successful in life. It is my pleasure to award the 2021 Dr. Adam C. Pfeffer Memorial Scholarship of $500 to Benjamin Shire.
Thank you, Mr. Grassi. Each year, we have an award for the student with the highest overall GPA who was a graduate from the Egg Harbor City Community School. This is the Egg Harbor City Mayor's Award. It is a $100 award and plaque, which is sponsored by Mayor Lisa Giampetti. This year's recipient is Michaela Carlemere. Each year, we present an award from the Egg Harbor City Community School. The Egg Harbor City Community School Scholarship is presented on behalf of Superintendent Adrian Shelby and is awarded to a student who wrote about experiences in middle school and how it helped shape their future and allowed them to obtain their goals. This year's recipient is Michaela Carlemere. Next, we have the Fannie D. Rittenberg English Award. This award is being presented on behalf of Superintendent Adrian Shelby. This is a $250 award, and it goes to the Egg Harbor City Community School graduate who has the highest overall English GPA. This year's recipient is Michaela Carlemere. The Mays Landing Egg Harbor City Rotary Club offers two $1,000 college scholarships for graduating seniors from among our area high schools. The Rotary Club motto is service above self. So applicants must submit a one-page essay about what serving in their community means to them, including examples of their own community activities. One of the two scholarship winners this year is from Cedar Creek. The scholarship recipient of the Mays Landing Egg Harbor City Rotary Club this year is Eric Stallenwerk. At this time, I would like to introduce Chief Donna Higbee of the Galloway Township Police Department to present our next award.
Hi, my name is Donna Higbee. I'm the police chief in Galloway Township, and this year's 2021 Safe and Secure Scholarship winners from Cedar Creek are Azan Ali and Taylor Manning. On behalf of the men and women of the Galloway Township Police Department and all of our members of the Galloway Township Police Foundation, we'd love to congratulate you on winning the scholarship and graduating from high school, and wish you nothing but the best in the future.
Thank you, Chief Higbee. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Manning to present the next awards.
Thank you, Mrs. Exadactylus. Each year, Mr. John Papps of Hearts and Harleys sponsors the Gavin Papps Memorial Scholarship in memory of his son. This is the 11th year that we'll be giving this award. The $1,000 scholarship is awarded to a student who participated in youth softball or baseball prior to high school and continued to participate while at Cedar Creek. The student had to write an essay about what they learned from their experience and how it shaped them into the person that they are today. This year's winner of the $1,000 scholarship is Daniel DeGiovanantonio. The Germania Volunteer Fire Company and Auxiliary Scholarship is being presented on behalf of Mrs. Heather Resch. This $300 scholarship is given to a child or grandchild of a Germania Volunteer Fire Company volunteer who exemplifies community service and presents an essay on the importance of serving the community. This year's recipient is Benjamin Shire. Each year, John and Helen DeMario sponsor the John B. DeMario Science Award in memory of their son. This is the 9th year they are presenting this award. The scholarship is awarded to a student who plans to pursue a vocation in science. This year, Cedar Creek has 2 recipients for this award. The first $1,000 scholarship is awarded to Katie Kurtz. The second $1,000 scholarship is awarded to Taylor Manning. Next, we'll present the Kiwanis Club of Egg Harbor City Scholarship, which is sponsored by Ms. Janine Caldo. This is a $200 scholarship and is presented to a student who is actively involved in the school community and is a positive influence on his or her peers. This year's winner is Amanda Purdy. Mrs. Caldo also sponsors the Leonide Butler Memorial Award. This is a $200 scholarship given to a member of Key Club who demonstrates service and leadership. This year's winner is Tarani Nethagani. The next award is the Mullica Township Education Association Scholarship, and it is sponsored by Ms. Meg Conaway on behalf of the Mullica Township Education Association. It is a $1,000 scholarship for a graduate of Mullica Township Middle School who plans to enroll in college and pursue a career in public education. This year's winner is Eric Stallenwerk. This year, the Mullica Township Education Association is presenting a second $500 award for a student who is a graduate of Mullica Township Middle School and plans to pursue a career in public service. This year's winner is Cole Colony. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mrs. Slingerland, who will close out the community-based awards portion of our event.
The next award is the Mullica Education Foundation Scholarship. It is sponsored by Mrs. Lauren Krawick on behalf of the Mullica Education Foundation. This is a $4,000 scholarship for 2 Mullica Township Middle School graduates who are attending college and are active in the school community. The first recipient is Samantha Curley. The second recipient is Ryan Maines. The next award is the Mullica Township PTA Scholarship in memory of Dana Kaufman. This award is sponsored by Mrs. Lauren Krawick on behalf of the Mullica PTA. This award is awarded to graduates of Mullica Township Middle School who are the children of parents who are involved in Mullica PTA. This year, the Mullica Township PTA will award 3 $400 scholarships. The first recipient is Cole Colony. The next recipient is Jared Jacobo. The next recipient is Samantha Curley. The next award is the NJSIAA Scholar Athlete Award, presented on behalf of the New Jersey Interscholastic Athletic Association. It is a $500 award presented to a student athlete who plays a varsity sport, maintains a minimum GPA of 3.0, and demonstrates school and community citizenship. This year's award recipient is Abigail Gunnels. The next award is the Policemen's Benevolent Association Scholarship, sponsored by the Mainland Local Number 77 PBA. This year, the Local Number 77 PBA is awarding 2 $500 awards to students who are children of Mainland PBA Local Number 77. This year's first recipient is Aiden Doyle. The second recipient is Adriana McGinty. The next award is the Tracy Powers Memorial Scholarship for Outstanding Community Service. It is sponsored by Habitat for Humanity of Burlington, Mercer, and Atlantic counties. Tracy Powers was an Absegami High School graduate and president of the Absegami chapter of Habitat for Humanity, who helped establish the first Habitat for Humanity home in Galloway. The award is a $1,000 scholarship being presented to 5 Cedar Creek students. The first winner is Cole Cullenay. The second winner is Haley Ingemni. The third winner is Amanda Purdy. The fourth winner is Eric Stollenwerk. And the fifth winner is Alyssa White. The final community award I will be presenting tonight is the Trey Borana Scholarship, sponsored by the Trey Borana Foundation. This is a $5,000 scholarship awarded to a graduating senior who submitted an essay about overcoming obstacles and how it has impacted their life. This award goes to Azan Ali. We will now have a dance performance by senior Alexis McLean.
Seen this place before. A color-blinded, senseless sight to see. When it rains, only rains on me. Where were you when I was frozen? Drenched in white stone, it was cold. And I had been ashamed and opposed to fire. But still I do everything you require. So what can I say, but I'm hoping the hour will still turn to golden, and we will see the sun as it's supposed to be, shining straight through to you and me. Up on a mountain, up on a mountain, search through the valley, search through the valley. You hear me calling, you hear me calling. Won't you come find? Don't forsake me. Please don't. All of a sudden, my heart is breaking. I feel it come.
Good evening. I am Mrs. Cavalieri, Assistant Principal, Athletic Director, and Supervisor of Performing Arts here at Cedar Creek High School. I, along with my fellow Assistant Principal, Mrs. Susan Foreman, will be presenting the next set of awards, which are our school-based awards sponsored by the athletic programs, clubs, and activities here at Cedar Creek High School. Our first award this evening is going to be the Class of 2021 Unsung Hero Award. This award is a $200 award sponsored by the Senior Class Advisors, Ms. Langle and Mrs. Sharp. It is awarded to students who have impacted the senior class in a positive way through volunteerism or a positive attitude, and we have 3 recipients for this year. This year's first winner is Dustin Conway. This year's next winner is Tarani Nethagani. And the final award winner for this award is Alex Nintambwe. The next award is the Cedar Creek Swim Team Leadership Award, and it is sponsored by Coach Ciccarello. It is a $100 award, and it's presented to a senior who showed leadership and team spirit throughout their 4 years on the swim team. The work ethic and commitment of this student athlete has helped grow a program and contribute to the team's success. They are a role model, motivator, and a supporter to their teammates, both in and out of the pool. This year's award winner is Michael Bolger. Next, we're going to present the Creek Character Awards. These $150 awards are sponsored by the Knights of Columbus St. Nicholas Council number 3500. They are awarded annually to students who exemplify the positive characteristics that are reflective of what we possess here at Cedar Creek High School. This year's first award recipient is Brielle Curtin. And the second recipient for this award is Darren Johnson. The Creek Community Award is awarded annually to a student who is an avid supporter of all Cedar Creek activities and our school community. This is sponsored by the Cedar Creek High School Administration, and it is a $100 scholarship. This year's recipient is Kayla Strickland. This year's Envirothon Competition Team Awards are given on behalf of Mrs. Lisa Martinelli and Mr. Ed Martino. Medals are awarded to the Envirothon team members for their participation in this year's competition. This year's recipients are Madison Mindish, Tarani Nethagani, and Eric Stallenwerk. And at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Kazukis to present the next scholarship.
Each year, the Greater Egg Harbor Regional Education Association awards 3 seniors who plan to pursue a career in education a scholarship of $1,000 each. This year's Greater Egg Harbor Regional Education Association scholarship recipient for Cedar Creek is Gabrielle Sansucio.
Thank you, Mrs. Kazukis. And at this time, I would like to introduce Mrs. Susan Foreman, our assistant principal, who will wrap up our school-based awards.
This year, the Cedar Creek Math Club, sponsored by Mr. John Gazzo, will be awarding the Math Club Award in memory of Jake Naraki. This year's recipient is Math Club President Dylan Vagara. The next award is the National Honor Society Service Award, sponsored by Mrs. Martinelli. It is a certificate awarded to a National Honor Society member who embodies the pillars of NHS: service, character, scholarship, and citizenship. This year's recipient is Michaela Carlemere. The Peacemaker Award is presented by Peer Mediation Advisors, Mrs. Donna Marie Brosh and Mrs. Sarah Leathers. This award is presented to a student who has the capacity to see others, a person who has vision, a person who is dreaming and who is acting according to their dreams to create a better world, and who walks for all, not for a few. This year's recipient is Dustin Conway. The Persevering Pirate Award is a $100 award sponsored by the Cedar Creek Administration and awarded to a student who demonstrates strong character when faced with challenges. This year's recipient, Frank Hoffman. The Softball Team Award, sponsored by the Softball Booster Club, is presenting 5 $500 scholarship awarded to senior softball players who showed true sportsmanship this season. This year's first recipient is Catherine Carey. The next recipient, Taylor Datillo. The next recipient, Madison Hegeman. The next recipient, Abigail Gunnels. The final recipient is Julia Pearson. The Green Team Scholarship is a $300 scholarship sponsored by Mrs. Erin Sharp and is awarded in recognition of this student's dedication to her studies of marine sciences, environmental stewardship, and her passion for the outdoors. This year's recipient is Katie Kurtz. The Paige Goulden Memorial Theater Scholarship is sponsored by Mr. John Steffen and Mrs. Paula Landano. It is a $250 scholarship in memory of Cedar Creek graduate Paige Goulden. This year's recipient is Gabrielle Santasuso. The next award is the Sean McCarthy Live Passionately Foundation Scholarship. This award is sponsored by Mr. James McCarthy. It is a $2,500 scholarship and is awarded in memory of Sean McCarthy. This year's recipient is Jeslyn Cross. The Yearbook Club Award is a certificate of appreciation presented by Mrs. Schenker to 2 hardworking and dedicated students who were integral in the monumental task of capturing the essence of the school year by displaying through pictures, captions, and artwork. This year's recipients are Michaela Carlemere, and Chloe Golbieski. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Manning.
The following students have achieved the Seal of Biliteracy by the state of New Jersey. By achieving the Seal of Biliteracy, students demonstrate that they are able to speak, read, comprehend, and write 2 or more languages at a high level of proficiency. Students will receive a certificate from the state of New Jersey. This year, we had 4 students earn the Seal of Biliteracy in Spanish, and they are Mariah Cook, Antonio Monroe, Fiorel Redamozo, and Tatiana Rodriguez. We also had 1 student earn the New Jersey Seal of Biliteracy in German, and that student is Dylan Vergara. And now, Mr. Parker is going to go ahead and present the Principals Awards.
At this time, it's going to be my pleasure to introduce the award winners for our Principals Awards this year. On June the 9th at the Carriage House, we were able to welcome these award winners and their families for a nice dinner, but we certainly wanted to recognize them tonight as well. Here are your 2021 Principals Award winners. Principals Award for Attendance, Stephen Kramer. Business Education, Abigail Gunnels. Citizenship, Jared Jacobo. Culinary Arts, Eric Fetro. Dance, Alexis McLean. Our Distinguished Athlete Award, Abigail Gunnels. Our Distinguished Athlete Award, Dylan Vergara. Principal's Award for Drama, Danica Moran. Educational Achievement, Stephen Kramer. Engineering, Daniel DiGivan Antonio. English, Gabrielle Sanasuso. Environmental Science, Eric Stallenwerk. Principal's Award for Fine Arts, Michaela Karlemir. Instrumental Music, Eric Stallenwerk. Mathematics, Dylan Vergara. Media, Michaela Karlemir. Our Outstanding Athlete Award, Jeslyn Cross. Outstanding Athlete Award, Michael Bulger. Principal's Award for Physical Education, Cole Culleney. Science, Tarani Nethagani. Social Studies, Yahira Smith. Vocal Music, Mariana Juarez. World Language, Matthew McCullum. Congratulations to the class of 2021 salutatorian, Dylan Vergara. And congratulations to the class of 2021 valedictorian, Matthew McCullum.
Congratulations to our award recipients and to all the members of the class of 2021. We would like to take this time to thank our senior class advisors, Mrs. Barbara Langle and Mrs. Erin Sharp, as well as our graduation coordinators, Mrs. Donna Marie Brosh and Mrs. Sarah Leathers. We would also like to thank our guidance secretary, Mrs. Zakiya Johnson, for her assistance with the awards and scholarships. And finally, a tremendous thank you to all of the sponsors and organizations for recognizing our seniors during this monumental year. We look forward to seeing you all at graduation on June 17th here at Cedar Creek. Thank you and good night.